Greetings and welcome to another powerful edition of the Community Defender Talk Show. One powerful hour of truth dispelling falsehood. I'm your host, Brother Darrell Muhammad.
Brother Rashad Ali Muhammad.
And of course, we're very glad that you have tuned in to tonight's program. And of course, we're going to be dealing with the topic of enough is enough. And I believe that we've had enough of a lot of things.
That's right.
We've had enough lies from the Democrats and the Republicans. We've had enough police brutality. We've had enough discrimination. Enough is enough. And as we indicated to you on this program, right here at the Community Defender, you didn't get it from CNN, you didn't get it from MSNBC, you didn't get it from Fox News, but you did get it right here, that in our effort to get rid of Donald Trump and not get rid of white supremacist policies, we missed the mark. We were so focused on the racist rhetoric of Trump that we didn't look at and consider the racist record of Joe Biden. And yes, Joe Biden has a long racist record. Now, Joe Biden, the only thing he has for you is a shot.
That's right.
That's all he has to offer the black community is a needle in your arm. A needle in your arm that has killed tens of thousands of people according to the vaccine adverse events reporting system. It has killed tens of thousands of people have dropped dead and thousands are permanently disabled. And who knows how many untold miscarriages have been caused by Joe Biden's push for the vaccine. So now they're saying no jab, no job.
Come on.
No jab, no job. And it's interesting that the conservatives are the only people really, and I'm not going to, always question their motivation, though you got to look at their motivation. A lot of it is political. But at least the conservative Republicans are not trying to ram something in my veins that I don't want in there.
Come on, man.
One thing I can say about the conservative attorneys general, they leaving me and my circulatory system alone. They are not messing with me and trying to fire somebody because I refuse to take a shot that I don't know what the hell is in it. Now, I want to mention this as we get into this topic because enough is enough. Joe Biden's lies, the Democrats' failure after you voted for them to do a damn thing for you. They're making excuses instead of progress. Now, I know they're going to say we just passed our infrastructure bill, but that's a giveaway to private contractors.
That's right.
You are not going to see a lot of development as a result of that. There's not going to be a lot of this coming to the black community because of that. But there are going to probably be toll roads where after the taxpayer gets through paying for the road, a private company will be collecting $2 every time you go through. There's going to be a lot of that scam stuff going on in the infrastructure bill. But here's the thing, brothers and sisters.
Come on with it, big bro.
Here's the thing I need y'all to realize is that you cannot believe the lies of either a Democrat or a Republican, no matter what it is. The only one we can trust is God.
That's right.
And I'm going to just have to put it out there. There's a man who represents God.
Come on.
That's been teaching real hard for about 60 years. And that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There was a man before him, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who loved you with a great passion and who continues to love us even to this very day. And I want to mention to you that we are no longer really a forsaken people. We have only forsaken ourselves by refusing to unify on principles of truth and stand with each other on principles of justice. Now, when Kyrie Irving can be attacked by black commentators as being irresponsible, being attacked by Hall of Famers as somebody who doesn't care about his teammates simply because he didn't sign up to get stuck with a needle. He signed up to play basketball, but not to be genocided by Pfizer. You understand? So my thing of it is that, and then when you look at Aaron Rodgers and how they had a hands-off approach to the white quarterback who did not want the shot, and how much gentler they were with the white man. Even as black commentators, you realize that slavery, they said it was over with the 13th Amendment. But when I turn on my TV, I still see well-dressed slaves on television promoting not justice for the black man, but promoting a profit for Pfizer in a vaccine that they don't even know what the hell is in it. And why haven't black medical schools just done a spot check? Why haven't black doctors who received the vials of Pfizer and Moderna just took some of the vials and sent it to a friend at Morehouse, send it to a friend at Howard, and say, what really is in this crap? You don't even think an independent thought to check behind white folks at Pfizer and white folks at Moderna. You haven't even thought about saying, let me independently verify on a spot check what the hell is in it. None of you doctors have taken the vial and just stuck it in your lab coat and went and found a friend that could look at that stuff under a microscope to verify what the hell it is, because you're a slave, and slaves do not question their masters. And we're looking at you on CNN, sucking Pfizer's butt, sucking Joe Biden's butt. And I hate to be so graphic.
Come on,
please
brother.
forgive your brother, but man, enough is enough of that crap. Enough is enough. We got 59 shots the other week that was in the final call. We got a water crisis in Benton Harbor, Michigan, where there's lead in the water affecting the babies in that town. And the black mayor is speaking hard and teaching hard on it, but the other people don't want to give the funds up so that that lead can be removed from the pipes. But you're ready to give everybody a shot, but you're keeping the lead in the water. You want to give everybody in that town a needle, but you don't want to give them clean water in supposedly the richest nation on earth. And after we done worked 400 years and then y'all got a $24 trillion deficit and you call us stupid? When you had somebody working with you for 310 years for free and you got a damn deficit. But we supposed to be stupid. So forgive me, forgive my passion.
Go ahead.
You can tell where this thing is going. Brother Rashad, we're going to go ahead and hear from our brother on his thoughts. And keep in mind, this brother, I want to say this again, he is not a guest.
Let's go.
He is a co-host.
Let's go.
So we're dealing with a change in reality. Go ahead, Brother Rashad.
It's been a long time coming, brother.
Yes, sir.
But a change is definitely coming.
Praise be to Allah.
So we look right here, brother. It's here and now. The satanic mind, the words of our Mr. Louis Farrakhan. The satanic mind and the satanic forces, they are not going to change. They are going to use their wicked influence to keep you going the way you are going. It's going to take a great strength. It's going to take great strength and power and resolve in the American people to resist Satan. For the Bible teaches, resist the devil and he will flee from you. We must start now.
A warning from non-blues Farrakhan.
Separation or death. Separation time. We in 2021, and it's obvious to see who our open enemy is. My brother was teaching hard on these devils, man. Letting us know that it's time to separate, to come our way. We have a nation just for you, for our people. It's separation time. We see that they don't want us in our league. They telling us we gotta have a vaccine to be active in the league, but they not telling that to their own people. Right?
No, their own people are free.
It says, right, we stand with Rodgers. They in the crowd with signs holding up, saying we stand with Aaron Rodgers. But Kyrie Irving can't play a home game. Matter of fact, he can't play no game.
And black folks will not stand by Kyrie Irving, but white folks are standing by Aaron Rodgers. Isn't that something?
That's something.
Bro, I'm glad you pointed that out.
That's something.
Dang.
That's something. We got our own league. Join the Big Three. Ice Cube got a league. Big Three. We can do it. Right. Unity. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us our unity is more powerful than the atomic bomb, man. My brother pointed out why our doctors haven't came up and tested these shots and vaccines, get our best scientists in the room like the Honorable Minister LUS Fiber said, and come together with our own solution to the problem. No, we want to rely on our open enemy. We want to sit on the table and let them inject us with death. They trying to eradicate every black man and woman off the face of the earth. Through the water, through the food. Did you know that they trying to put it in the vegetables? These same chemicals that they got in the vaccine, they trying to put it in the vegetables, man?
Come on, bro.
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said you can't fathom the depths of Satan, man. That means we can't imagine how wicked this enemy is. So it's time to accept your own and be yourself, black man and black woman. We can't keep going along to get along, right, brother?
Well, if we go along to get along, we won't be here long.
Come on.
I'm going to say that again. If you go along to get along, you won't be here long.
Come on, man.
Because, let me just say this. A lot of us thought, we say, you know what, I'll just work my job. I'll get good performance evaluations at my job. I'll be to work on time. I won't be late. I'll make sure that I perform whatever sales quota, whatever production quota, and I will just work my job. And if I do that, I can make it to retirement. I can pay my house off, and I can have my cars, and I got a son that's in college, and I can just make it. I'll stay out of trouble. But this enemy is not going to allow you just to live your life. He's coming at you with a needle.
Thank you.
Saying, no. I know you got good performance evaluation. I know you show up to work on time. I know you've done everything I told you, even though I let white folks come in late and you got to be on time, even though you didn't complain, Negro. Now I want to go inside of your veins. I want to determine what goes in your circulatory system. I not only want to control how much you make, what time you get to work. I not only want to control how much overtime I need you to stay late, so you stay late. Now this enemy wants your blood vessels, and he wants to determine what is in your cells, man. I want you to think about the depth of that kind of wickedness. And then the slaves on television. Slaves on CNN, the slaves on MSNBC, with our skin color signing off on not on a black plan, not on a black vaccine made by a black company, but a Zionist vaccine.
Come on.
With a Zionist at the head, the same group of genocidal Zionists that are killing the Palestinians in Israel. The same group of people that qualify for immediate Israeli citizenship. I want you to hear me. The same people that Henry Kissinger was, who wrote and set up Memorandum 200, which set up the genocidal policies of America internally and externally. These genocidal people are the same people that continue to try to label the Honorable Louis Farrakhan as an anti-Semite, and they are anti-human. When I tell you it's the same group of people, and do you know the Jewish community wants to label the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, they want to label the Nation of Islam, but do you know it was 2 Jewish doctors that headed up the Tuskegee experiment? It was, see, people don't really realize Henry Kissinger was Jewish. He wanted to depopulate the third world. That's black folks. That's the darker people of the earth. It's not something hidden. If you ask Mr. Henry Kissinger, are you Jewish? He'll say, yes, I am. And you want to depopulate Africa and Asia. Well, I think that it's a threat to national security for there to be so many people on the earth. He's going to tell you that. But the same group of people are saying that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan teaches hate, while they are teaching that people should be removed from the earth. I want you to get that. And now we got a Mr. Gottlieb, who used to be the FDA commissioner, who is now on the board of trustees or the board of directors for Pfizer. Isn't that interesting? So now you're paying somebody who was over the FDA. You now have him on your payroll. He's talking to his friends who are still at the FDA, and you're coordinating that whole thing through money. And he is a member of that same community, Mr. Gottlieb. Incidentally, another man by the name of Gottlieb was over the CIA germ warfare program. So we're talking about the same people that want to put hate on us, that are themselves not just putting hate on people, but putting poisonous stuff on people to reduce the population of the earth, where they want to decide who lives and who dies. People say, well, you're a conspiracy theorist. It is not a conspiracy.
No, sir.
That Jews were over the Tuskegee experiment. It's not a conspiracy that Mr. Kissinger, a Jewish man, wants to depopulate the earth and wrote Memorandum 200. It's not a conspiracy that a Jewish man is over Pfizer. It's not a conspiracy. None of this is a conspiracy that Mr. Brzezinski said it's easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control 1 million. That is not a conspiracy theory. This is actual facts.
Actual facts.
That's what I'm saying to you, and you cannot prove anything I said wrong. You can't say, well, you're wrong. You might not like what I'm saying, but even if you're a rabbi, you can't prove it wrong. You cannot say you lied. You can't say that. The only thing you can say is, well, I disagree with your conclusion, but you can't disagree with my facts. And what I'm saying to you, as long as members of your community are trying to kill members of everybody else's community, then you leave this man, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, the heck alone.
That's right.
Leave him alone and allow him to teach his people the truth. Allow the only man with courage in America to face death. That's the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Some of y'all don't want to miss overtime. Y'all scared to get fired from your job. Y'all are scary, man. Y'all don't look. Y'all are scary.
Scary.
But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and just a few others have enough courage where they have already said, I'm ready to die today for the freedom of my people. And I'm going to tell you, I love Al Sharpton. But Al Sharpton ain't never got on a rostrum before the world and said, I'm ready to die today.
Today.
No president of the United States has got up on the rostrum and said, I'm willing to die for America. They've been willing to send you there to die. But Joe Biden is not willing. Hunter Biden is not willing. His son. Nobody is willing to really sacrifice for a better country. They're not. They're willing to take all of the taxpayer money and give it to Pfizer and give it to defense contractors and give it to every wicked entity possible. But I just want to tell you, enough is enough.
That's right.
Enough is enough, Brother Rashad.
Dr. Roger Hodgkinson, considered one of the world's leading virologists, was quite blunt about the devastating effects the COVID vaccine is having on the reproductive organs of both males and females. There is also potential for a hit on the testes. Y'all know what that is, huh?
Come on now.
Okay. Which, of course, is not a one-time hit. It could be a permanent hit.
Hey.
Ooh-wee. Dr. Judy Mikovits, a PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology, warned early on that the vaccine could interfere in development of a woman's placenta. You will sterilize healthy young women who get this vaccine. These are doctors, man.
Now, here's the thing. They're going to say that this is misinformation. Now, luckily for us, for the meantime, hopefully some of us will develop some courage. But in the meantime, in between time, brothers and sisters, the Fifth Circuit has suspended implementation of the OSHA rule, which is overbroad, oversteps the bounds that was intended. If you go by the legislative intent theory of analysis, OSHA is not supposed to be involved in public health. It's supposed to be involved in workplace safety and not public health. Now, what we've been told for years is that the only thing you need to be that you need to think about when considering a healthcare decision is what's best for your health.
Come on.
But now when you're thinking about, will I lose my house? Will my son have to come home from Morehouse College? Will my daughter have to come home from Tuskegee? Because I can't afford to pay the tuition because I'm about to lose my corporate job or any other kind of job. All of that, it lets you know that Biden is trying to add discrimination to a people who voted him in office, black people, who already are discriminated on enough. And you don't even have any black leader. The NAACP is not saying, look, this is wrong. You need to respect the choice of black people to choose whether or not they want the vaccine. We have every right to be skeptical of the healthcare system. The NAACP ain't saying a damn thing for you.
No, sir.
They're not saying nothing for you. The Urban League is silent and allowing Joe Biden to discriminate against you. I want you to think about it. Joe Biden is discriminating against the most vaccine hesitant community that there is, which is black people. Joe Biden is coming after you in your vein. You go to work on time. You've been there 25 years. You've never been written up. You have a stellar record at Human Resources. You're thinking, I'm almost there. I got 5 more years to retirement. I know I missed two or three promotions because I'm black, but I'm just going to hang in there and get to retirement. It's going to be all right. And then all of a sudden, Joe Biden says, take this shot or you're fired. Then you take the shot and now you can't walk no more.
Dang.
Your testicles swell up. You can hardly walk. Your nerves don't work. Your wife is in the hospital because her whole system is breaking down because of the toxicity of the vaccine. And so you try to be a good Negro and just try to make it. And they wouldn't even leave you alone to work your job. They had to come in your veins and now you're devastated. I want you to think about that. Or you took the vaccine and you died anyway. Isn't that something? People in Lafayette, people in St. Martinville, people in Baton Rouge, people in New Orleans. Some of them with the booster and they done died.
Oh, yeah.
3 shots and they died.
3 shots and you're out.
Come on now.
3 shots and you're out.
Y'all got to think about this, man. So enough is enough. And we're about to show you that these conservatives, who are somewhat politically motivated, but they're bringing some facts to bear as well.
That's right.
Really, it's a damn shame. You didn't even vote for them. But they're the ones saying, if you don't want the shot, leave them alone. Whereas the Democrats are saying, no, force it in their veins. I want you to think about who your real friends are. Because in reality, if you look at this girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene, ultra-conservative, she is posting articles, tweeting final call articles.
That's right.
Can you believe it? And look at what she's saying. Stop leading black people to COVID-19 vaccine slaughter, quoting the articles in the Final Call newspaper. And the Final Call newspaper is a fearlessly published paper by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
Of course, the editor.
On that FCN,
and FCN is off the chain.
Come on, man.
You need to support that FCN. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you got the Advocate in your house and don't have this in your house, yeah, you got but you ain't got this. You don't have anything black in your house, then you're a slave.
Come on,
straight up, because you're depending on sources of information that have consistently lied over the years, and that's just what it is. And these are all tweets from Marjorie Taylor Greene showing articles of the Final Call newspaper. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So I don't know. I just think we ought to stop playing these political games and deal with it as it is. We got to unify.
That's right.
We got to keep these people from putting this needle in us. Of course, this is against my faith. This is against my religion. I cannot allow this needle in my veins. I cannot allow this needle in my vein. Our spiritual leader and the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the nation of Islam do not allow, not only for this vaccine, but there are other vaccines as well. Look, some people say, well, no, y'all got something against this vaccine. Do y'all realize that for 25 years I raised a whole family on no vaccine?
Come on.
I raised my children that they didn't get shots.
I ain't get shots.
Yeah. And
I ain't get no shots.
And I challenge you to find children that are healthier than the children I raised. I challenge you to find children. I mean, some of y'all got all the vaccines and you on high blood pressure medication at 29. Whereas my children, no vaccine, we good. We how do young people say we Gucci?
We Gucci. We goo.
And then what they say we Gucci.
We gaga.
Yeah, but that's just what it is. We going hard in the paint for our people, and we ain't making no apologies. Brother Rashad.
Yes, sir, brother. Do we know that they trying to put these vaccines in our babies now, man?
Yeah, they're talking from 5 to 11. They're going to the 5-year-olds, and just imagine if it's making the testicles of grown men swell. What is it gonna do to the testicles of your 5-year-old and the ovaries? Your developing ovaries of your 5-year-old kindergarten, and some of us are stupid enough to trust the same system that messed us over with the health of our little babies, man. But go ahead, brother.
Our babies, man.
We crazy.
Obviously, this don't have nothing to do with health. If the children and the youth are the most immune to the virus, which means they have the best chance of not catching the virus, what is this about?
The vaccine is the goal.
Come on.
Health is not the goal. The vaccine
is not the goal. Money. These devils are trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They gonna get your money and they gonna kill you. Get the money and kill you. They see a virus, which is a pestilence from heaven, that they can't stop. If they could stop it, and do you know that Louisiana is the leading state of white people who not getting the shot? Did we know that? White people in this state not getting the shot.
At record numbers.
At record numbers.
Turning it down. Same with Alabama. Turning it down.
The people who don't have the education, who didn't graduate from high school or just have a high school diploma, not getting the shot. The people who have PhDs, not getting the shot. But it's the people in the middle with these bachelor's degrees, doctorate degrees, thinking they know everything, they getting the shot. I was up at Southern University on the hump with this beautiful Final Call newspaper as we do our thing, distributing the Final Call.
So you're not just on TV, you in the streets.
Oh, yeah.
You in the streets too.
Yes, sir. We in the highways and the byways. We carrying our
like
cross.
Jesus.
Like Jesus, just like Jesus. We carrying our cross, black man. We doing the works. So as we in the highways and byways, you can see those Negroes going over the hump. You look at them in their eyes, they look like zombies, man. Straight up, they look like zombies. But you catch our brothers and sisters going down the other way, down Scenic Highway, going across, they got life in them. Why is that? Because we so-called educated Negroes getting the shot. And they don't know that it's programmed to program their brain, man. We walking zombies around here, man. Have you noticed that your attitude is just you don't have that patience no more? You're just flashing out like that?
Big time.
Have you noticed that your stamina's going down? Huh? Have you noticed that orange juice you're drinking just don't have that coffee we drinking just don't have that same hit? Huh?
Think about it.
We have to think about these things.
Think about it.
Because the enemy is working. In the Quran it says that and in the Bible that the devil gonna come in your straight path from your front, from your back, from your left, from your right. He's not giving up. He want total and complete rule. My brother just said earlier that they feel like it's not enough food for everybody. Everybody can't eat.
Not enough resources.
Not enough resources.
Not enough oil.
Not enough oil. Not enough gas. Not enough gold.
titanium.
Not enough diamond. Not enough titanium.
That's right.
So he's trying to eradicate us off the face of the planet. Famine. Look at these different countries like Somalia. Huh? Lebanon. You can look right over here in Cuba. Blockades.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to take a vaccine.
And Cuba was offered 1 million doses and turned down all of those doses. And we have to commend the very wise leadership of Cuba.
That's right.
To not take that Pfizer nor Moderna poison. And I just believe that black leadership has failed to come together, as the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has called for, and tried to plan. We are 50 million people, and the only plan we got is what they tell us to plan. They told us to get the shot. Now imagine you the head of the NAACP. You the head of the National Baptist Convention. National Baptist Convention got what, 13 million black folk in it. And none of y'all came up with a plan.
13 million?
13 million black folk in the National Baptist Convention, and nobody can come up. You mean to tell me we can't donate $1 and get this stuff actually tested at random? Just walk into a place and grab the needle, run up out of there, send it off to Morehouse, send it off to our people, some of them who work at Georgia Tech, and let's open it up and look at it under the microscope. They're telling me that there are all kind of structures, like microscopic nanostructures inside of the vaccine that they're seeing when they look at it. It's not regular stuff. It's some different stuff going on in that vaccine. But none of our people have grabbed it. And a lot of black doctors have access to it. It's right there at their office. You mean to tell me, black doctor, you know somebody at Howard? Why haven't y'all got together, put the stuff in some dry ice and overnight it to your partner that might be at Howard, and let's analyze this thing that might be at Meharry, and let's analyze this thing that might be at Southern University.
Come on.
Or Tuskegee, and analyze it independently and produce the results to your people. But you, as a slave, you hadn't even thought of that. The only thing you can think to do is not to get together with your own scientists, but to follow what they tell you. You waiting on Joe Biden. You waiting on somebody who can't even remember the last time he had a cup of coffee to advise you on your health.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. But Sleepy Joe is deadly.
Come on, man.
He is going to prove, just like Bill Clinton, to be more deadly than the person we were actually afraid of, which was what? We were afraid of Bush.
Trump.
No. I'm talking about even before then. We were afraid of Bush. They said we can't have him in there. He's racist. He did. So we got Clinton in. Then Clinton does the most racist thing in the world with all of his policies. Excuse me.
3 strikes out.
3 strikes and you're in for life, as the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said.
In for life.
So he lays that out. And Joe Biden bragged that if you got one piece of crack, you're going to do 5 years. And the judge doesn't even have a choice. He's got to, but then his son is riding around with 20 crack rocks.
Straight up crackhead.
Okay? 20 crack rocks, and he wants his son to get treatment and to be able to live his life, but he wants your son in jail for life. So here's the thing. You voted for that. And I don't care how crazy Trump is, you were stupid for voting for Biden. You looked at Trump's racist rhetoric and ignored the racist record of Joe Biden. And a record does damage. Rhetoric, sticks and stones may break my bones. But a record of racism over a 50-year period of time, you got to be clowning me. And then the brother from South Carolina, Wilburn, what's the brother's name? Clyburn. 80 years old, he jumps up and endorses to save the man's campaign because they were about to go with Bloomberg, who was a racist Republican Jewish figure who believed in stop and frisk, who was switching over to the Democrats to run against Trump and thought he could angle his way through that. He was giving out money like it was nothing. And all of the leaders were flipping until Clyburn rolled with him and helped him to win South Carolina. Black folks saved him. And in exchange for saving him and making him the president, he now is forcing something in your veins and about to fire you from your job, or trying to, but the Fifth Circuit stopped it. And the Sixth Circuit, which is where the case is now, based in Ohio, it looks like it's not going to be so easy to overturn the state, and so Joe Biden is having to pull back on it because it is unconstitutional. If Joe Biden can determine what goes in your veins, stop calling yourself free. And if you people who are in the military and you believe you're fighting for freedom, freedom is not forcing something in your veins. If you cannot determine what goes in your vein, stop calling yourself a free people.
Come on.
If somebody can choke the economic life out of you based upon what you allow in your bloodstream, just go ahead on and admit that you a damn slave. Admit that you a punk. Admit that you are a weakling. And just go along with the flow. But don't talk about freedom anymore. Don't talk about freedom and justice for all. Okay? Just say I pledge allegiance to be stupid for whatever the United States of America says, and to the slavery for which it stands.
Come on.
One nation under Satan, divided,
come on,
and corrupted.
That's right.
So help us, Satan. And Roy, just say it as truth, but don't come with this. So help me God. One nation under God. When has America been under God?
Never.
It ain't never been under God. Now it's under the judgment of God now. But America has never for 1 millisecond followed God. And that's why the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has warned her on a consistent basis.
Look what happened.
Brother Rashad.
Look what happened with this devil, man, Kyle Rittenhouse. Hey, he free. They let him go.
Well, you knew that they were gonna let him go because he was fighting on the side of evil. See, they didn't want to crush the spirit of a young killer.
Come on.
America loves its young killer.
Kill 2 people.
Yeah. They want him as a continued soldier. That would have sent the wrong message to the vigilante and to the militias that are out there. They didn't want to send a message that if you kill somebody, if you're a young race soldier, that something as bad is going to happen to you. They wanted to send the message. And look at what's going on with Ahmaud Arbery's trial, where the defense attorney for his murderers, for Ahmaud Arbery's murderers, he's saying he don't even want black pastors in the courtroom.
Come on.
Straight up saying we
say
want to discriminate and not allow black pastors. But what about these right-wing racist pastors who tote the Bible and use the Bible to shield a dirty practice? What about them being in the courtroom? I mean, these people are openly saying they don't want black pastors. Openly.
Open enemy.
And I mean, bruh, enough is enough is what I'm saying.
You're right, bro.
Enough is enough.
These devils going all the way. They didn't going all the way out there, man. They just don't care no more. So why should we? Why should we keep laying down and letting them run over us time after time after time after time? We're going to trust Satan, who's not going to give us no justice, with our lives, with our very lives, and not only our lives, but our future.
Yeah,
babies.
Letting them stick your baby.
Our babies and the cause that it has on us who haven't had children yet. We won't even be able to have children, man.
Mm-hmm.
because we decided in our minds we're going to trust our open enemy who had us in slavery for over 400 years, and we still slaves today.
And look, man, they're going to say, believe the science. Well, and that sounds good, but none of y'all have seen the science.
Nobody.
And, you know, I took that paper that Pfizer gave, that initial report, and looked at the numbers. And the numbers sounded crazy to me. When you look at the fact that thousands of people in the 64,000 person study were removed from the study, their data was taken out without explanation. They tell you that in the paper. When you read that 53-page report, it tells you that they started with 60,000 and they took 13,000, the data from 13,000 people, and excluded that data from the tabulation without. But y'all didn't look at that. You know, Roland Martin isn't talking about that. None of these people are talking about and what was the data that didn't get inputted, such that you can manipulate it. Now, they also didn't report the deaths, because there were people that dropped dead, but they didn't report it. They also didn't report the myocarditis, the inflammation of the cardiac muscle, where the cardiac muscle starts to quiver a little bit because the spike proteins produced by the mRNA technology is an irritant and a toxin to the cardiac muscle. And here you are, a healthy man with no heart problems, and all of a sudden you're 24 with heart problems. And children are just dying. They're getting sick at school. Their parents bring them home and they die. 19-year-olds, 17-year-old high school students. And one thing that all of these spontaneous deaths have in common is a vaccinated person. It's just like autism. Some of you are watching me now, you got an autistic child. But I will tell you, if you got an autistic child, you also got a vaccinated child.
That's right.
But if you're like me, where we didn't do vaccinations, you ain't got no autism. Understand this. When I joined the mosque, and I joined the Nation of Islam 25 years ago, there were two families in the mosque. And I'm not going to name names because I'm not vindictive. But there were two families in our mosque, good people, but they did not adhere to the instructions coming from the Ministry of Health of the Nation of Islam, where that MMR vaccine was not to be taken. You ought to not have your children with that vaccine. Well, one brother said he hadn't heard it. It was discussed in our meeting, but he may have not been there that day and he didn't adhere to it. And then we had another brother whose wife took the children without his knowledge to get the vaccine soon after the child was born. Between those two families in my mosque that were vaccinated, the only two families that got vaccinated are the only two families with autistic children in the mosque I joined 25 years ago.
Come on, man.
But everybody else who adhered to the instruction from the Nation of Islam, no vaccine for your children. Healthy children. Motor skills all the way off the charts. Genius children. Children with, on average, our children in the Nation of Islam, on average, our children have IQs of about 145. We're raising young gods, man.
That's right.
When our children come out of the womb, they looking at you just like I am. They looking at you like this. You tell them something, they look.
I'll be a witness.
Yeah, they are aware. You understand me? And then for you to not believe and see, the ultimate science is the instruction of God, and we don't know the difference between actual science, which comes from the Latin word scienter, which means to know. We don't understand actual science or knowledge and something, a lie told to you in scientific language. They can tell you a lie in religious language. They can tell you a lie in political language. And they can tell you a lie in scientific language. They can use the word messenger RNA, spike protein. And you think you just in the science. No, this is Satan. He is the master of these labs. He determines what data it comes in and what not.
That's
and
right.
we told you 3 months ago on this program that there was a conference call with Pfizer stockholders. And we told you that the CEO assured them that everything was going to be fine. You don't have to worry about the profit slowing down because we're going to push the booster.
Money.
We told you that
Money.
in advance of it happening.
Money.
Do you understand? And right from the Final Call newspaper, we told you about the conference call that they didn't want to leak out. We told you about it on this show because we got it from the paper published by Minister Farrakhan. It is what it is. We got the truth. You might, some people got an issue with your bow tie. They don't like my bald head, but damn it, I got the truth.
That's right.
And when I say it, you can write it down, not because I'm smart.
Come on.
But because I'm not too stupid where I'm going to ignore the truth that's literally transformed my life and will transform the lives of our people. I want to mention this to you. 2600 Plank Road in the city of Baton Rouge. You need to come to Baton Rouge, drive that hour, get off on the Chippewa exit.
That's right.
And come on over and hear the truth and save your life and find out what the future is for our people that's been written in advance by God. Find out what that is. Come to 2600 Plank Road in Baton Rouge, 10 o'clock every Sunday.
Come on.
10 o'clock every Sunday, 2600 Plank Road. You need to bring your black behind over there and allow God's word to be ministered unto you to where you will no longer be a slave anymore. I just wanted to lay that out there. Brother Rashad.
And you can catch us on Simcoe and Louisiana Avenue now. We out there. You know we out there. I know y'all have seen this beautiful face out there.
Come on with it,
We
bro.
out there. You could best believe it. We out there. And they can't run us off neither. All praise be to Allah. We out there. You can find us. We got this truth for you. You know
We got it for you.
This me. Now look, here goes some facts right here, brother.
Come on now.
The Centers for Disease Control has now charted more than 800,000. Listen, 800,000 reports of adverse reaction to the forced vaccines. Wow.
Forced.
Including more than 18,000 vaccine deaths.
And that's just the ones they reported.
They reported.
A nurse said that there were deaths from the vaccine, that the doctors refused to enter into the VAERS system. This nurse said she saw 3 of them.
And 89,000 hospitalizations.
Of the ones they reported.
So what are we going? What time you think it is, brother? I think it's separation time. I think y'all should listen to Brother Darrell when he just told y'all to get off on Chippewa, to make that hour drive to Baton Rouge, 2600 Plank Road, 70805. Make that happen, so you can come and get some of these life-giving teachings. Put the board in your back, huh?
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight.
Come on now.
That's how we can speak straight words, speak truth to power, just like our leader, teacher, and guy, the beautiful brother you see in the back, the Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan. If it wasn't for the Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan, it wouldn't be no Brother Rashad Ali Muhammad. Huh?
That's right.
It wouldn't be no Brother Darrell Muhammad.
You better believe it.
You better believe it. So if you want some of this strength, to be able to walk straight, talk right, come on down. Come get some of the medicine. You don't come to the bathtub when you're clean already. All right? You get in the bathtub when you're dirty. You don't go to the hospital if you don't feel bad. You go to the hospital when you're feeling a little ill. So at 2600 Plank Road, that's the hospital for the black man and women in the wilderness of North America.
That's the bathtub.
That's the bathtub.
To clean us up.
To clean us up.
Come on now.
So come on through. Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. We ain't gonna eat you up in that. Shit, you ought to be scared of that vaccine. That's what you ought to be scared of.
You
Your
ought
open
to
enemy.
be concerned about getting shot in these clubs that we go to.
Come on, man.
We go to these clubs where everybody's full of alcohol. We're in all kind of unsafe places. Somebody tell you to come to the mosque to hear words, you get spooked out. but you were just in a club, you were just in a bathroom stall with somebody you just met.
Huh.
And you're not scared of the HIV virus, but you scared of a Quran. I mean, sometimes we really be tripping, Brother Rashad.
We do.
You scared of a Quran. You ain't nobody ever caught AIDS from a Quran. But the way we live, yeah, some of them. And then this book here.
The Message to the Black Man.
By Elijah Muhammad. Look here. This is the book right here. This the book right here will set it off. Then there's another one called Our Savior Has Arrived.
That's right.
Boy, look. This book right here, by God's messenger to us, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, you better wake up.
And you can always get one of these. This one we be on Simcoe with. Simcoe and Louisiana Avenue. Right here. Life-giving teachers right here. This the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, best minister. What is this? This is the Final Call newspaper. It's a black-owned publication that's designed to open up the hearts and the minds of our people, so we can just stop thinking about the streets that we from, the blocks that we from, and more about what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
In the world.
And our future.
And our future.
That's right.
So we can keep up to date with current events, what's going on. Huh? And it deals more with the solutions versus just the problems.
That's right.
It deals with the solutions. It tells us great things. Like you could turn straight to page 28, health and beauty. And it's going to talk about how to eat to live. Good things to eat.
And the thing about it is, even with this pandemic, 78% of the people who died were obese. 45% of the people who died had diabetes. So when you look at health, we understand that a bunch of Krispy Kreme donuts, though they may taste good to us, we know that sugar in the blood reduces the immune response. We know that being overweight causes the body's immune response. The body has to have an immune response to a larger area.
That's right.
If you know you were 150 when you graduated high school and you're 270 now,
350.
then look at what your immune system is having to do. It's having to guard and defend an area that's almost double the size that it was before, which means that the immune system is not going to be there as it would normally be. So we've had over almost 2 years of this, where we should have lost a lot of this weight. We should be walking. We should be reducing our sugar intake. We shouldn't be drinking all of those sugary beverages.
Eat some fruit
with high fructose corn syrup in it and other and carcinogenic dyes. Eat fruit. Yeah. Eat vegetables.
Kiwi, oranges
that are not overcooked. Okay, so we can take steps to protect ourselves from COVID without getting the needle of death that Joe Biden is trying to force on you. But luckily, the Fifth Circuit in New Orleans and hopefully soon the 6th Circuit in Ohio will hopefully block this thing. But if not, if it goes to the Supreme Court, I think the Supreme Court will allow it to happen.
Brother Darrell, man, I ain't noticed the phone ring today, brother. I think you didn't shook him up a little bit, man. You came off a little too fiery at the beginning. It scared all the callers.
Well, you know what? I don't think that, no. See, those people who view this show, some of them may be scared, but for the most part, they're kind of the brave ones that are kind of ready.
Okay, all
right. And what I've learned over the years is that a lot of times people are listening.
Okay.
When you bring new information, people really listen and they look up what you say. While you're talking, they Google you.
I like that.
They Google the stuff.
We got some smart. We got a smart on.
Oh, you look here. We don't. You got dummies that watch Fox.
Okay.
But intelligent people watch the Community Defender.
Oh, praise be to the Lord.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I want to say thank you once again, Brother Darrell.
Yes, sir.
For inviting me on to this beautiful platform.
It's a young man.
Praise be to the Lord.
We gotta bring the young people on, bro, because we not gonna be here forever. I'm 54. And of course, we gotta have somebody coming behind that's gonna be younger. Not only better looking, but younger, vibrant, full of energy. With a full head of hair. They tired of this bald head all the time. So we got to give the people what they want, what they're asking for. So we're gonna go ahead,
That's right.
ahead and make
and
it
don't
happen.
forget, if you want more information on the Nation of Islam and how you can come on with us, just text 225-410-4249. We'll give you further information, so you don't have to be scared. We love y'all.
That's right. This whole show and the reason for it is love. We named it the Community Defender.
That's right.
We didn't name it after Darryl. We didn't name it after Brother Oscar. We named it after the principle of defending our community based on truth, which is what the Honorable LUS Farrakhan had taught us. And so that's what we stand on. That's why we're here, and we love black people.
That's right.
They don't say that on
LUS
Fox.
Farrakhan said the number one thing we need to have for this mission is love. Love for our people. So we love you with all our heart and soul. It's all for you.
That's right. And so we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Community Defender. We're going to be coming right back at you. Remember, enough is enough. And let's start a new chapter in the lives of our people. May Allah bless each and every one of you as your brother